Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Matt Antonelli here, answering your questions today. Today's question is, was professional baseball everything I thought it would be? So let's get into that. I'll give you a quick answer to that. It was actually nothing like I thought it would be. Let's talk about some of the things that surprised me. If you've seen this channel before, you probably already have an idea of a couple of these things, but let's kind of go one by one. I'll preface it with this. Before playing professional baseball, I'd never really watched a professional baseball game. I'd never talked to very many people, if any, that played professional baseball and asked them, hey, what do you think about it? What's it like? So I'm going into this, I get drafted, and I'm going into this with no idea, okay? So I get sent, after the draft, I get sent to Eugene, Oregon to play for the Eugene Emeralds. It's a short season A-ball team. So I show up in Eugene, I land, they pick me up, they bring me right to the field. I get to the field, I step out of the van, and the field is about 100 and something years old. It's one of the oldest stadiums in professional baseball. It actually got burnt to the ground, I found out a couple years ago. I don't know what happened. Somebody lit it on fire, and so it's no longer there. But it was one of the oldest stadiums ever. It was by far the oldest stadium ever played in at the time. And so I just kind of got done playing college baseball at Wake Forest in the ACC, where all these stadiums are like really a lot of them are nice and new. I show up and I'm like, whoa, like I was expecting like this brand new nice stadium. And I was like, this stadium's really old. So I go into the clubhouse, and the clubhouse is like 100 and something years old too. It looks like they haven't done a thing to it. The bathrooms are like, everything about the place looks 100 years old. The urinals look like they're from like 1910. It just looks kind of disgusting. and it's really small, and I'm like, wow, this is not what I expected. So I go out, they show me kind of around. There's a batting cage. The batting cage has for on the ground, it's all mulch. So you hit on literally on mulch, which I'd never done before. So I was like, well, that's weird. I've never seen, hit on mulch. And the cage was like almost half the size of a cage. They show me the training room, and the training room's like in this little, like almost like a trailer they constructed with a small little old training room. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like this is nothing like I expected. I didn't expect any of this stuff, at all. I expected a nice brand new stadium and like state of the art training rooms and beautiful cages and all this stuff. Again, I have no idea what I'm getting into. I have no clue. I know nothing about any of this professional baseball stuff. So I'm a little bit surprised about all that stuff, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. So we go and do a workout, and then, the season starts pretty quickly after that. And, we go to get on the bus. And so I go to get on the bus, and this bus literally looks like, if you've seen the movie Major League, like that's kind of what the bus looks like. It looks like the bus that they use in Major League. And I'm like, oh my God, I get on the bus, it's making all these weird sounds, and they're like, sorry fellas, the AC's not working today, so we have no AC. We're all doubled up, and it's hot as hell on the bus, and we have like an 8 or 10 hour drive to Idaho. So we drive to Idaho, and then we end up going to Vancouver, and the bus breaks down. The bus breaks down the side of the road on the way back from Vancouver. And we get stranded on the side of the road for like 8 hours, and we have to wait for the mechanic to, it's late at night, we have to wait for the mechanic in the morning to be able to come out and check the bus. So it ends up taking us like 20 hours to get home. And so this is all within like the first few days. And then, for food every day, you're served peanut butter and jelly, and that's it. So all these things are happening, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is professional baseball. I always assumed that, like, high school, when you go to high school baseball and you make the jump from high school to college, like, college is way better. You get treated way better in college than you do in high school. And I just assumed that when you go from college to professional, that it would get even that much better. And it actually went backwards, which was really really strange. And I wasn't, I obviously wasn't prepared for that. And, the baseball part of it, the baseball was very good. And I think the baseball was a lot of what I expected. Good baseball. Took a little bit to transition again to the wood bat, but also playing against, our team was full with a lot of high draft picks. All of our draft picks from basically my year, especially all the high ones, went to Eugene. And so the baseball was really, really solid. But everything else kind of wasn't what I expected at all. Again, we've talked about the pay. The pay was way lower than I thought. I always assumed the professional baseball, forget about the signing bonus, but just getting paid. I always assumed you got paid a lot of money. And that season in Eugene, I got paid, I think it was $1,100 a month, only during the season. And that season is pretty much June, July, and August. So, end up getting paid like just over $3,000, but you have to pay some of the money in your check goes to your living expenses. So the team actually puts us up in a hotel, but you have to pay for that. You get a really good rate, but you still have to pay for it. You end up paying the clubby. So you're only making probably a couple, after taxes and all that stuff, you're making like $500-$600 maybe a month to live. So that was something that I obviously did not expect. That I had no idea that that's how the pay worked. What are some other things? The amount of travel and games and traveling every 4 days pretty much, usually by bus for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours and having to play every single day. I never thought that that's what happened. In college, you play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then sometimes you'll play, either a Tuesday or Wednesday. So you're playing like 4 games a week. And, you're traveling if you're going far, you're traveling on planes. And if you're busing, you're taking really, really nice buses. And so that's different in pro ball. So really nothing was what I thought it was going to be. But, looking back, I have a lot of really good stories from my experiences there. And, obviously you're playing baseball for a living. There could be a lot worse things that you could do. So I really enjoyed my time. And once you kind of get used to it, you're okay. But I think you get a little shocked the first week or so when you get there and you say, what the hell is going on? This is nothing like what I expected. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any more questions, if I missed anything that you're curious about in professional baseball. Subscribe to the channel if you're not done so already. Give it a thumbs up. Share the video with all your friends. Check out the description box below. We've got a bunch of stuff down there for you guys to check out. We've got a deal going on with Plate Crate. If you guys click the link there, type in Antonelli, you'll get 50% off of your first Plate Crate. We've got a link to our Patreon page where you can support the channel. We'd appreciate that so much. We got a bunch of other stuff down there as well. And that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later.